You mentioned Chaim Bloom, and one of my favorite videos that you made on your TikTok and Instagram was just like a story about playing the outfield for the first time. And I'd
Yeah.
love for you to kind of expand on that, because I was watching, I was like, I just find it hard to believe that, corner infielder, they, at no point before that they had never tested you out in the outfield with, power hitting right-handed hitter. Like that never was a thing before Tampa.
No, I mean, I played third base all throughout the minor leagues. And then in high school, beyond that, I was like shortstop pitcher. You know what I mean? I pitched a ton in high school to the point where I thought about going to pro ball as a pitcher. So I was like shortstop, third base pitcher, never played the outfield, not like little league or whatever. I mean, I was like coach's son growing up in little league. So I was playing shortstop, right? I mean, just that was who I was, right? It just, you can't knock, what your past is or whatever, but I never played outfield. And so, I mean, I didn't power shag. I didn't do any of that stuff because I was I really wanted to be a good third baseman. I mean, like Ryan, we talked about this before. My favorite player growing up was Cal. So like, I wanted to be like a third baseman. That's what I always like dreamed up wanting, like grew up wanting to be that dude, like that staple of a franchise third baseman. And so I was very much like, no, I'm not doing anything else. I want to play third, whatever. And so then eventually when they're like, all right, bro, you're not going to get to the big leagues at third, you need to go play some first. Eventually I was like, okay, that's fine. I can do that. But if it's going to get me to the big leagues, sure. But I kind of resisted a lot of that. And then, yeah, that story where like I'm in Texas and Grady Sizemore was starting in right. And I went and pinched hit for him when they brought in Jake Diekman. That was a fun at bat. That was an easy strikeout for him. And then I probably just would have they probably just would have put another dude out there in the outfield, but they were kind of scrambling around. And Cash looks at me, he's like, Shaffer, you ever played outfield? And without missing a step, I'm like, yeah, of course. I've never played outfield. And then he's like, all right, you're going to right. I'm like, heck yeah. So I lean over to my buddy Mikey Matzak. I was like, bro, like, can I get your glove? He's like, yeah, sure. So I use Mikey's glove and I run out to right. And I'm looking out there. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. So I looked at KK and I'm like, hey man, like I'm gonna stand right here. You just get whatever you like, just call everything. I don't want to catch a ball. You just literally call everything. And this was at the old Texas Stadium. And so they had the old scoreboard like way like straight up. So I'm looking like straight up as if I'm looking up a skyscraper. It was just, that was probably my first like welcome to the big leagues moment, because I was just a fish out of water out there. And when you're in the outfield, the stadium looks so massive. I don't know what I'm doing. Prince Fielder hits like a 10,000 foot fly ball to me. I somehow like infielder catch it with two hands. Is just, but I did it, and it's fine. We're good. And then I ended up playing outfield all of 2017 and 18. And yeah, so it was a funny story.